One more time. He's got bread forevermore. Thank you very much.
So yeah.
First name, last name, what I do.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Dixie Johnson. I am a nursing student at Ridgewater. I'm in the main program, which is the Minnesota Alliance for Nursing Education. I am a 4th semester student. I'm also a student senate president of the college, and I'm on the advisory board at the Link, and I go to Peace Church. What else? I don't know, it's hard to talk about yourself. Yeah, it's hard to define the Link because there's so many people that make the Link happen. And that's what it is, it's a link. They really do link people together in more ways. You know, there's people that are coming and going, there's people that might need a hot meal, there's people that might need to wash their clothes, there's people that might not need anything except somebody to talk to.
You know, the food shelf is here. No. Okay.
You can if you want to for fun.
Yeah, there you go. And that's the food shelf reception area. Their break room. This is our area for intake and distributions. And back in here we have furniture, lights, floor lamps, mostly bedding, towels, sheets, pillowcases. In this room here we have a washer and dryer where clients can use whenever they have need of. Isaiah's representing Dave today, he's on vacation. So I have a freezer where food is kept for Tuesday's table for the different churches that participate. And this is our kitchenware, which you can see is some pretty much fairly good abundance right now. Well, that's pretty much all of it for us.
Sure.
Looking forward to the day when we can probably expand it to a larger area for better capacity
Help more people.
and help more people. That's the key.
Certainly.
There's a lot of people that need more help.
There is a small one, and this will bring me to tears too.
Okay.
So when my husband first started going out with me, he called me up and we spent a lot of time talking on the phone. And the first time he really kind of met with me or whatever, I worked as a cosmetologist. And he's like, well, I need a haircut. I'm like, well, come on in, I'll cut your hair and then we can go out or something afterwards. So he stopped by the salon, and I didn't know it, but he was actually paying attention to me when I had been talking to him many times. And he had bought me a gold cross. The significance of the cross was that it had to be the perfect cross because I didn't want something that had too much to it, because I have a very grounded faith, but yet I'm a very simple person. And so it needed to be something, and I hadn't found the perfect cross that I wanted to wear or to purchase. So I was looking for one for myself, and he went out and he bought me this cross. And I was like, well, now what if you didn't have the money to buy me a cross? What would you have done? He says, well, then I would have gotten a gold piece of paper and I would have folded it in the shape of a cross and I would have given it to you. And I thought that was the sweetest thing ever. And I had worn that gold cross. And until I moved to New London here, I mean, that cross never came off of my neck. And when I moved to New London, the chain broke on it and I lost the cross. And because it was such a personal gift from, the love of my life, and to lose that, and I lost it before he passed away, not knowing that he was going to pass away ever, I mean, how do you know somebody's going to take their life to suicide? You don't. You wanted a cross, so I went and I bought you a cross. And it's not tacky or anything, it's simple. I loved it. But he was listening to me. That was like the biggest part. And that silly, crazy guy that I married, he also many, many times would just like buy me flowers, like all sorts of flowers. I'm like, you're crazy. You spend too much money on flowers. So far, a few of them have survived. One of them is a bleeding heart, which probably is more of a statement to my life. But it was gorgeous, and it comes back every year. The soil isn't that great around here, so that bleeding heart survives is kind of a cool thing. I'm not pessimistic all the time, just part of the time. No, I'm pretty optimistic that God's got something planned for me, but I don't know what it is.
Okay, my name is Vicki Vogt. I belong to Peace Lutheran Church here in New London. Approximately 6 years ago, I was working up at the food shelf, which I volunteer for every Thursday, and Naomi Muller asked me if I would like to be on the board. I think we're going on about 6 years now, and it's very rewarding and interesting.
Thank you, Vicki.
Yep, you're welcome.
That was very good.
Yep, good. Thanks, Gary. Anyway, the Tuesdays table is a subsidiary of the Link, and that's what we're working at right now. And I had this up for our church here and have for the last 6 years. It started out to be every church was going to do it for 3 years, and now we're going on 6. We serve approximately 200 people at every meal here at church, and we earn our own money to provide the meal for the community. A lot of people have a lot of socialization. They come, we have the fiddlers that always play here, and they come to listen to the music because a lot of them are unable to get out and go to dances or go to music-held festivities. And we do a lot of families that are trying to stretch their budgets, and so they come for the free meal one night a week, or a Tuesday here and a Tuesday at some of the other churches. It's a free meal. Nobody has ever asked to donate any money. If they would like to, that's their business, and we just add it to our own budget and use that money to serve people.
Give you a little history here first. Yeah. So one of the times when I was picking up people to take them to the Tuesday meal, I actually had hail damage to my car that I had just bought a used car. And I had a very high deductible, and by having the hail damage done to my car, it was $1,000 to have the insurance cover for my out-of-pocket expense. And then not even a year later, I hit a deer. There's not a whole lot of money left in between when you're paying for stuff and you're trying to live off of part-time jobs, and 2 people are in college at the same time. So yeah, there wasn't anything left in the savings account, and like I said, there wasn't really any money for me to pull from, and I don't really have a lot of people in this vicinity that are able to help me out with things. And the only family member that I have living here is my mom, and a lot of times she's busy on the go, and she's on a fixed income because of being retired and her age and everything. So yeah, I know, I felt like I was in a hole. I didn't know what to do, and because I'd had time at the link and I realized that they had the kind of fill in the gap area for people that don't quite qualify for a lot of other areas, I humbly went and talked with Chastity, set up a time, and she welcomed me in, and she said, "Yep, I can help you." And then the cool thing was that I was able to pay back the money to the link that was lent to me. And it's been hard to ask for help, but I know the link is there to help me through, and they're there to help a lot of people through. They mean so much to so many people, and they fill in the gap. But it's kind of like earlier I was saying, the golden ticket. You know, that's kind of the golden ticket to get the help, and they're just angels in disguise there. It does. It was such a hot day. When I was pregnant with Spencer, I was a cosmetologist in Prescott, Wisconsin, working in a little mom and pop shop, and I had a couple of people call in and just want to get in for a last minute haircut. Oh yeah, sure. Well, I've been having contractions all day, and when I called into work the next day and told them I wouldn't be in because I had Spencer, they didn't believe me because they're like, "But you were working all day yesterday." And it's like, I sure was. And now I have a healthy little baby boy to take care of. So I'm going to be taking some time off. And then it was like I was in the hospital for 24 hours and I was supposed to take this new little bundle of joy home. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't even know what to do with this thing. It's alive and I have to take care of it and keep it alive. And it was like really scary, but really fun all at the same time.
That really sounds like you just took a break, had a kid.
It's not that easy. And I had so much help with raising that child with all the things that we've been through. And so I just appreciate that a lot. And that kind of ties back into the linking people together. You know, that's what it's all about. It's about people helping each other out. It's about finding those connections. It's about not doing everything by yourself. It's, you know, life is all about linking the right parts together in order to make whatever is necessary happen and to get through life unscathed as much as possible.